Welcome to the League of Nerds comic book segment number 53. I'm John Cooney here to talk to you about comics released the 6th of February 2013, starting with my first 5, meaning these are the first 5 books I intend to read this week, and I'll give you a little more depth into them, beginning with, at number 1, Daredevil End of Days number 5. The mystery behind Daredevil's final day stands revealed. Witness the final fate of Frank Castle, the Punisher. Some of the Man Without Fear's greatest creators unite to tell his final story. Now, I've mentioned before the power of this all-star lineup of Brian Michael Bendis, David Mack, Klaus Janson, Bill Sienkiewicz, and Alex Maleev. Series artist and penciler Klaus Janson explained the unity of the team for this purpose. Quote, "We wanted to make this the culmination of a lot of our passion for the character. What I think is interesting about the story is not only do we have the talent working on the book, but we see everyone who's been associated working with Daredevil through the years. I think the script is among the top scripts I've ever read. It's just amazingly well done. I think Brian and David are just amazing." Close quote. Series inker and painter Bill Sienkiewicz added, quote, "The script and the work that everybody's doing, Klaus is taking everybody to school. His excitement, enthusiasm, and just upping his game again and again and again to the quantum level is contagious. It jazzes me up, and when pages come in, we send them around and the Twitter sphere kind of goes nuts. It's really exciting to be involved in this," close quote. He went on to say, quote, "The idea actually going back and doing a Mean Street Scorsese version of Daredevil with all the characters we know, love, and loathe ups the excitement level as a fan." Close quote. At number 2, we've got X-Factor number 251. The story years in the making continues here as X-Factor struggles to stop the Lords of Hell from tearing the Earth apart in their battle for dominance. Familiar faces will return as the battle reaches a fever pitch, the first of whom is Strong Guy, and he has a bone to pick with his former teammates. Marvel Comics editor-in-chief Axel Alonso responded last week to concerns about Peter David's December stroke. Quote, "Peter is healing and he's written ahead, so we should be able to continue without a hitch. While he suffered a serious medical emergency, he's making great progress with his physical therapy, and he's already making big plans for the future. We here at Marvel are 110% behind his recovery and wish him the best." Close quote. Now, Peters also returned to blogging 2 weeks ago saying, quote, "First of all, I want to thank my lovely wife for filling in so far. She's done a terrific job. Second, I think it's amazing to see the outpouring of support and good wishes for my recovery. I never expected anything like this to happen to me. Who would?" He went on to say, "This is unlike anything I've ever had to handle in my life. There are days that I really don't want to think about what I have to face, but I feel it's my job to keep as positive an attitude going as humanly possible. I owe that to my family and friends. Thank you for all your support." Close quote. At number 3, we've got Superior Spider-Man number 3, Everything You Know Is Wrong. Is this all-new Spider-Man in cahoots with J. Jonah Jameson? Has Carly Cooper figured out the Superior Spider-Man's secret identity? All this and the return of the villainous Vulture. Series artists Ryan Stegman and Giuseppe Camuncoli recently explained the difference in Superior Spider-Man. Giuseppe said, quote, "He's more menacing, sinister, and dangerous now. Despite being more angly rigid now, as Ed McGuinness' character design sheet suggests, I imagine him possibly even faster and deadlier. Unpredictable also, like he could snap and do something Spidey unexpected in any moment," close quote. Ryan added, quote, "I try to make Otto fight with more brutal tactics. He has the strength and agility of Peter, so he could be just as graceful, but he would go for the low blow a little more. Really, though, it's not much different because he's Otto with Peter's memories, etc. So in pressure situations where he's making split-second decisions, I think he'd react more like Peter." Close quote. They also discussed the differences when the mask is off, and Ryan explained, quote, "Otto is so arrogant that he makes no attempts to act like Peter because, in his mind, he wouldn't be self-aware enough to know he was acting a certain way anyway. He doesn't know he's a jerk, he just is a jerk. So you'll see him smirking a lot and puffing out his chest, things he would always do when he was in his own body." Close quote. Giuseppe agrees, quote, "To me it's mostly body language and expressions, and attitude. The only thing that I make slightly different in Peter is the hair, now mostly combed back. It makes me think that Otto is someone so meticulous and precise that he would take care of his hair in a way that Peter wouldn't. Remember his classic bowl haircut? Not a single hair was misplaced there, bro." Close quote. At number 4, we've got All New X-Men number 7. Mystique targets our young time travelers, starting with Cyclops. Series writer Brian Michael Bendis discussed fan reaction to the series. Quote, "Most of my mail on All New X-Men has been kind of just relief. It's either exactly what they wanted from me, or they didn't know what to expect and were pleasantly surprised. It's been a very nice couple of months, to the point where I've turned to people and said, is it me or are X-fans nicer? Among the creative community, there are a lot of people scared of X-Men fans because they're pretty hardcore. I've been enjoying them immensely." Close quote. He then discussed concerns of the mutant integration with Avengers in the post-AVX universe. Quote, these are very X-Men-centric ideas, and hopefully a unique look at them. Once they're set up, which they are being set up very clearly, people have already seen the solicitations, the Avengers are coming to both books, and different teams of Avengers are coming. It's chaos over at the Jean Grey School. It's just craziness. And once Captain America gets a whiff of, excuse me, what did you do to Hank? There are going to be some Avengers showing up on the front door. Close quote. And at number 5, we've got Scarlet number 6. Scarlet's call to arms has been heard all over the world, and the world reacts. Can a modern revolution gain traction? And what will the government do to shut her down? From the Eisner Award-winning team behind Daredevil and Moon Knight. Now, if you haven't heard me talk about Scarlet before, that's because issue 5 was published in March of 2011, well before I started doing these segments. Now, nearly 2 years later, we have issue number 6. And this is from Brian Michael Bendis and Alex Maleev, and it's produced through the Icon imprint at Marvel. And they describe the series as, quote, the story of a woman pushed to the edge by all that's wrong in the world. A woman who decides to stand up and fight back. A woman who would not back down. A woman who discovers within herself the power to start a modern American revolution. In the vein of Alias, Powers, and Jinx, Scarlet debuts a fascinating new comics character that with every issue reveals new things about herself against a completely original backdrop of intrigue and drama. Get in on the ground floor of the first creator-owned series by Bendis since Powers, and the first creator-owned series by Maleev ever. And yes, the trademark obnoxious Bendis letter column will be here too. Close quote. Rounding out the top 10 at number 6, we've got Detective Comics number 17. The repercussions of the death of the family spread as Batman tracks down the League of Smiles, a criminal group of psychotic killers that worship the Joker. Deadly new villains are introduced, and you won't believe their horrific ties to Arkham Asylum. Plus, in the backup story, learn the secrets behind the League of Smiles beginnings. At number 7, we've got Harbinger number 0. Toya Harada, CEO of Harada Global Conglomerates and the most powerful psionic the world has ever known, has a vision of the perfect future. It's a vision he will realize whether we like it or not. In order to achieve it, he's built a private army of superpowered psiots. But who was Harada before he became the most powerful man? And what's the origin of the Harbinger Foundation? Don't miss those answers and more in this special standalone issue that will define the future of the Valiant universe. At number 8 from Boom Studios, we've got Hypernaturals number 8. Bewilder, Thinkwell, and Clone 21 are quickly running out of options, with the fate of the Continuum itself hanging in the balance. They must find a way to work with an unlikely ally. But are they friend or an even more unpredictable foe? At number 9, we've got Guarding the Globe number 6. This is it. Set's plan for world domination has been building since issue number 1. But who is this new challenger? This battle between Titans will destroy the world if the Guardians don't stop them, but not every Guardian is walking away from this one. And at number 10, we've got Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 20. Venom Wars continues. Ultimate Spider-Man versus Venom. Who is the new Venom? What is his terrible connection to Miles Morales' father? For the best of the rest this week from DC, we've got Earth 2 number 9. A new story arc begins. Dr. Fate makes his Earth 2 debut. Supernatural powers are emerging on Earth 2, and that means new heroes on the scene, not to mention new villains. Got Green Arrow number 17. As Ollie struggles to come to terms with the loss of his fortune, his company, and his heritage, he discovers a shocking truth about his father that ties to his time stranded on an island before he became the Green Arrow. Plus, Green Arrow battles the deadly archer known as Komodo. We got Phantom Stranger number 5. The Phantom Stranger's family has gone missing. He'll stop at nothing to find them, even if it means going up against Pandora and the vengeful wrath of the Spectre. We got World's Finest number 9. Power Girl and a wounded Huntress are attacked on Power Girl's island headquarters by a mysterious and deadly new group of villains. What do the villains have to do with the missing Michael Holt and the radioactive monster known as Haku? And we've got Young Romance, a new 52 Valentine's Day special number 1. Romance is in the air and a very special special. Wonder Woman consults Eros himself about her feelings for the Man of Steel. Barbara Gordon has always been too busy for romance, but could her role as Batgirl bring her back to the first guy she ever kissed? Following the events of Death of the Family, how can Catwoman ease Batman's troubled soul? Aquaman makes waves as he treats his wife like a queen for a day. And from the pages of Stormwatch, Apollo and Midnighter celebrate Valentine's Day separately, but with each other in mind. Who or what stands between them? Dick Grayson and the daughter of Lucius Fox meet, plus perforated Valentine's Day cards featuring the stars of these stories. From Marvel this week, we've got Avengers number 5, Super Guardian. Meet Smasher, the first human member of the Imperial Guard and an Avenger. Watch as the Avengers travel across the galaxy to fight an invading force. Watch as the Imperial Guard are broken on a dead moon. We've got Fearless Defenders number 1, a new team, new villains, and new creators. Valkyrie and Misty Knight are the Fearless Defenders, and not since Power Man and Iron Fist has an unlikely duo kicked this much. Well, you know. Writer Colin Bunn from Venom, Six Gun, and The Fearless, and new to Marvel artist Will Sliney from MacGyver and Star Wars bring you the book everyone is going to be talking about on Thursday morning. We got Iron Man number 6, Tony Stark, in space, in a bar, with ladies. What could go wrong? Is Tony guilty of a crime he's not even aware of? A shocking start to an all-new, all-different direction for Iron Man. We got Marvel's Iron Man number 3, Prelude number 2, the perfect prelude to the upcoming highly anticipated Marvel Studios film, Iron Man 3. As Tony Stark prepares for this next venture, he tasks War Machine with a mission of his own. War Machine faces his biggest test as a hero, while Iron Man takes on the Battle of New York. We got New Avengers number 3, the Illuminati experienced their first incursion since reforming. Can the loose Brotherhood of End Times trust each other enough to use the Infinity Gems in unison? And a new member joins the Illuminati. And we've got Thunderbolts number 4, the return of the Gamma-powered Madman. The Thunderbolts' first mission is going off the rails. Can the team trust the Red Hulk to lead them? From IDW, we've got Doctor Who number 5. The Doctor books a trip for Amy and Rory on a luxury starliner for a little rest and relaxation after their recent adventures. But when the Doctor crosses paths with a thief from his past, any thoughts of peace go right out the porthole. From Image, we've got Think Tank number 5. Genius slacker Dr. David Lauren outsmarts the government, the military, and all the brightest minds in science to escape the think tank he used to call home and his job. But his tropical retreat isn't as secluded as he would hope. From Valiant, we've got Shadowman number 4. All hell breaks loose. Shadowman and the monstrous Mr. Twist battle to the death. Everything is at stake for Jack, Dox, and Alyssa, and the world as they know it, because if Twist succeeds, then Master Dark will walk the earth once more. Out in trades this week, we've got Batgirl Volume 1, The Darkest Reflection trade paperback. The hit DC Comics New 52 series that brought Barbara Gordon back as Batgirl is collected as a trade paperback, collecting Batgirl issues 1 through 6. And from IDW, we've got Doctor Who Omnibus Volume 1 trade paperback, collecting 3 Doctor Who tales, all involving the 10th Doctor as portrayed by David Tennant. It begins with Agent Provocateur. As the Doctor and Martha Jones search for the best chocolate milkshakes in the cosmos, someone else is on the hunt for him. Through Time and Space is a collection of 6 one-shots from creators such as Leah Moore, Ben Templesmith, Tony Lee, and John Ostrander, and it concludes with The Forgotten, where the Doctor is stranded in a strange museum that's dedicated to him and features appearances by all 10 Doctors. Also from IDW, we've got G.I. Joe Special Missions trade paperback box set. Collects the entire 28-issue run of G.I. Joe Special Missions in this box set containing all 4 trade paperbacks. Unencumbered with the constraints of pushing toys to readers, Larry Hama sinks its teeth into the gritty military stories starring your favorite Joes, filled with authentic dialogue and actual soldiering experiences. Okay, so that's it for this week, but there's still plenty of other books that I didn't mention, so be sure to check with your local comic book shop for more books that may interest you, and let me know if there's any books that I'm overlooking. You can check with me on my comic book blog at he'sgotissues.com, where I track what I'm reading as I read it, and it's a Facebook blog, so be sure to like it while you're there. Also, if you like these videos that I do every week, go ahead and subscribe to them on YouTube, so I know that you're watching. And don't forget to check out theleagueofnerds.com for even more nerd entertainment, including our podcast on all things nerdy. And a reminder that both He's Got Issues and the League of Nerds are proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.